Morning, guys. So today's episode 16. Yesterday we started doing the J trim in the corners and some different trims for the vinyl siding. So you can see here's one window that we did yesterday, and then back you up. You can see up in the corner right here. There's another tricky little angle. Here's a piece of corner. We also did all around the garage door here. So today we're going to continue doing the J trims around the whole building and hopefully get to some siding. So let's get to work. So here, the man door is where I'm going to start today. I'll try and show you how we do the J trim around the corners to miter the corners. Put the drip cap on and how it works to go around that. There's also 2 more windows I got to do, so I'll try and take you in and show you how those things are done. The first thing I'm going to do is measure top of this door. So 40, basically 40. We're going to cut the drip cap first. One thing you got to make sure of when you're doing this is that the drip edge does not overhang this side of the brick mold at all. Otherwise it'll mess with your corners. So this looks pretty good. Get a nail in here. Make sure it doesn't move on you while you're getting your nail in. That's good. You want to tape the house wrap. You want to tape the house wrap on top of the drip edge here, because if water gets behind, it'll run on top of this and then on the drip edge and off the front. So now your first cut when you're doing windows and doors, well, when you're doing windows it's the bottom. When you're doing windows it's the bottom of the window you do first, but on the door, since there is no bottom, the sides go first. And then the top piece will come and wrap around the side like this. So you just need to get a rough measurement from where it's going. So we have that Z flashing down there to measure off of, but basically you want to go to where the weather strip is, or the drip cap, and you want to go about an inch or 2 higher. So I'm going to go 85 and a half. Those are the 2 pieces. I'm gonna set that one there for now. I'm just gonna get them started here. Gonna put a few nails in to kind of hold it in place for me. I have to make one cut at the top, but so what you need to do is cut this line up here. Maybe I'll need a ladder, but I'm gonna cut down to your line. A little bit past it. And bend it over. Cut that little flap off. just make sure that as this piece comes over, there's nothing preventing it from slipping down and around this piece. There we go. Now the top. So it's going to go like this. My first cut is going to be a 45 going this way. And you want to leave about an inch of room. So like the first knuckle in your finger up, about that far. Just take your square. Make sure your 45 is running the right way. That's why I just went up there and marked kind of which way it went, so I know which way to hold the square. So you want about an inch, right about there. Maybe a little bit more than an inch. So cut this 45. That, and then you just kind of make a straight line where the end of the 45 is right here, and you cut the back side of this right where that lines up with, and then put your thumb in there, bend it over, so there's your 45 that's going to be showing on the front, and then this part right here you got to cut off. So you cut this straight off. I'll show you why in a minute here. So that gets cut off. So what that does is it allows you to, now that this piece is cut off, what it allows you to do is sneak it back here like this, and then you can take the front of it, slide it all the way down. Nice tight corner like that, and then what you do, I'm just going to get this past so it doesn't screw up my angle. So once that's nice and tight in the corner like that, and you can see it wraps around, I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of wraps around inside here, so any water that gets in this channel will come down and out the sides. That's what you do. Mark the top of this. You can take it off. Set that aside. Grab your snips, and you actually cut this straight off. Mark that. And then when you go to put it back in again, everything lines up. It sits nice and pretty. And then you got yourself a nice 45. And if this tail is just a little bit too long, you can cut it off, but I think that looks pretty good. You can see it makes a nice tight 45-degree corner. And so then you just repeat on that side.
I'll try and just explain to you how to do the J-trim around a window here, just to cut down on some of the video length. It's essentially the same thing as a door. With a window though, you want to start with the bottom of the window. It will be your first piece. And the two side pieces are actually the ones that you cut on a 45. Kind of the same as how I did the top of the door, except for the sides get a 45 only on the bottom of the window. On the top of the window, the sides get the bottoms cut out of them, and then the top piece goes over and makes the 45 and kind of runs down on top of the side pieces.
So we got the J-trim done on this side of the building. Now we're just doing the starter strip to start off with, and then the siding.
He's just on this side of me.
Yep.
Right there?
Yep.
Look at it. Look at this.
down a hair right there. 1, 2, 3, yep.
So we switched over to this side of the building because there was more shade on this side instead of doing the back and the sun. So here we're just installing the starter strip, and then we're getting going on the siding. So because we had that level line all the way around the building, we were able to use it when we were installing the Z flashing. We used it again when we installed the starter strip, and then up until the point where we cover it up with siding, we were using it to make sure our siding was running level as well. That's the end of day 18. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.